It's not about picking stocks. It's about picking the right portfolio.
Lisa from Metro Detroit. Relatively new and trying to learn. So here's the question. On the call, Meta and Google were cited as remaining bullish trend, even after yesterday's hit to the Magnificent Seven. If bullish trend and a Pod 1 acceleration is a good time to buy the dip.
Yeah, I think so, but I'd be doing it more cautiously until I see more cards on the table. Right, Lisa? So what happened yesterday when it's not a dip is that we're about to see, if you're playing poker, you're about to see a couple more cards. Like I would prefer to see what cards are going to be on the table because I've spent almost 25 years of my working life preserving the pile. Like I don't have to be in a rush and I don't mind being late. I'm happy to stand there and watch the cards play out. And if volatility starts to push higher into the 20s and my S&P risk range continues to fall out, Google and Meta are going to challenge trend breakdowns. Okay? I can guarantee you that until they report reality. Now the problem is, so the difference, they're manifest. And what I said on the call, Lisa, very good question, by the way. I like it when relatively new people ask the best questions because they seem to be learning the fastest. But these two are the top two in our, so if you look at, and we're coming out with a product called our Magma tracker. All right, so for those of you that subscribe to our crypto tracker, which has absolutely freaking nailed it, I got nailed in some stuff in July, but that's not one of the things. So again, Google and Meta, of the seven, everything else is bearish trade and trend. I shouldn't say that. Tesla is bullish trade, bearish trend. All right, so I take that one back. Because like I said yesterday, what we added underneath the hood, I mean, the big ones that have really broken lately, are, well, Amazon was yesterday. Amazon under 131, and Nvidia was the day before that under what was it, 423? I think it was 423. I apologize if I can't remember every number, but I'm pretty sure those are right. So that's the difference. So instead of waking up in the morning, wasting a lot of your precious life and cycle time and brain cells, crushing your brain cells, listening to the CNBC bullshit like rearview looking narratives, it's just numbers. If you can just, and I've always said this to many, many people, if I didn't talk, I'm not sure if I'd have more or less subscribers or more people in Hedgeye Nation. Because what I do after we're done here is I don't talk to anybody. I just look at numbers. I don't call somebody and say, hey, what do you think about Google? No, actually on the call we'll talk about Google like we did this morning. I had Friedman, I said, is Pod 1 revenue growth? Pod 1, we call the pods. Revenue growth is Pod 1. Pod 2 is earnings growth or cash flow growth, EBITDA growth. In this case, are those two things accelerating for these two stocks? And he said yes. So I did ask that question. Because if he said, and you know what, he wouldn't have to say no for me to, again, be less of a buyer of those two names. And by the way, I can't buy these two names because he covers them. But if he were to say, well, some data this week kind of slowed, I'd be, what? What'd you say? Because he's got trackers for that. So again, you use the research to inform what the numbers on the board are telling you. Go back to playing, you ever play Keno? My grandmother used to play this game. No. Bingo, Keno, all these games. And it's like knowing some of the numbers that are going to turn up on the board. Would you play if you knew those numbers? Yeah. Well, we know what these numbers are. It's taking me an entire career to refine this process. So again, important question, and again and again and again, if you have a long short book, Lisa, it's really easy. I mean, you're long these two against short these three. If I had 500 basis points of my hard-earned capital, you could have that, right? Because I could go 2.5% positions here and just take these and add it up to 500 and voila. Or not. You could have your long short book could be whatever structure you want it to be, but that's how you use our signals in our products. You're long Japan, you're short China. You're long Google and you're short Nvidia now. If Nvidia gets back above 423, that's your stop. You're out of it and you might buy it.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.